Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at some Super Nano Detergent bore cleaner. I'd like to thank Super Nano Detergent for sending this out to the channel for us to try. They sent this out at the beginning of the year and it is now November 2019. And I think I probably got this bottle around March of 2019. So I figured what better way to test it is I got my Beretta barrel and slide here. And as you can see looking up in the slide here, it is very dirty. I knew I was going to be testing this out, so I have not cleaned my Beretta all year. The only thing I've done is a couple times I put some oil on the slide because I knew that this gun will run dirty. So I just put oil on the slide and let it run. Now over here, I got my Glock 17 slide, and same thing here. You can see it's pretty nasty on the slide. Now the slide hasn't been cleaned in the same amount of time, but I got my Bear Creek Arsenal barrel in here, and I got that about mid-year. And I have not cleaned this Bear Creek Arsenal barrel at all. So what I'm going to do is real quick is I'm going to pop these barrels out and we're going to take a look at them. And then we're going to go by the instructions on here and we're going to clean the barrels out and see how good it works. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take both of these barrels out real quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pan forward and get some light into them so we can see how dirty they are. I'm just going to set that off to the side there. And then we'll go ahead and get this spring out here. And we're going to pop both of these barrels out. Get that off to the side here. Now you can definitely see on the Bear Creek Arsenal, it's pretty dirty there. So I'm going to go ahead and hold them like this so you guys can see down there. Kind of see down both of them. Now I'm going to make the screen go up here where we got a little more light. There's how dirty the Glock one is. That Glock barrel's probably had about 500 rounds through it now because I did a bunch of videos. This has had factory rounds and reloads through it. My reloads, other people or companies reloads through it. So you can see right there that's kind of nasty. Now we take a look at the Beretta. You can see the Beretta is really nasty. The Beretta, like I said, this is November 2019. I haven't cleaned this gun since probably February, March of this year. And it's probably had anywhere from, I'd say about 700 rounds through it. It's pretty dirty. So let's go ahead and I'm going to pan back down here. And we're going to look at the instructions here. And it says, shake bottle before use. Using a rod, slowly pass patches saturated with the product 4 times through the barrel. So we're going to do that first. Let me go ahead and get set up. So I got my patch right here. We're going to pop this open right here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to saturate it here. I want to get it real good because these things are dirty. Oops, squirt a little bit out there. Kind of hard looking through the camera and doing this. But we can see that is still pretty nasty down there, so we're just gonna do what it says. And we're gonna take 4 passes through there. There's 1, 2, 3. Oop, dropped it. Thought I had it down in there to let go of it. And 4 on that barrel. And then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then 4 on that. And you can see the hood's dirty right there. I'm gonna give that a good wipe down too. We'll get the outside of this cleaned up real quick. Make sure we get that feed ramp and everything. Do the same here. All right, now that we got that done, we'll move on to the next step. Just to show you real quick before we do move on, that did get pretty dirty. So next, it says use a nylon brush soaked in the product. Well, I don't have nylon. I've only got these kinds, so we're gonna go ahead and soak this in the product. Get that going pretty good there. And then it says go ahead and pass up to 20 times through each barrel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this through. I'm not going to show you guys 20 times through each one because who wants to watch that? So we'll go ahead and pull it through, whoops, once and hit the camera. We'll pull it through twice and try not to hit the camera. And then I'll go ahead and do the Glock barrel too, and then I'll be right back. Now I'm just running it through the Glock barrel a couple of times here real quick so you guys can see on camera that I'm running it through on this here. And then we'll move on to the next step after this. Next on the instructions, it says go ahead and let them sit and soak for 3 to 5 minutes. And then it says once again, patch through 3 patches saturated with the product through the barrel and allowed to soak for another 3 to 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get the patches ready to go. And we'll let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes and I'll be back. Now next, the instructions say, using a rod, once again pass 3 patches saturated with the product through the barrel and allow it to soak for another 3 minutes. Another 3 patches sounds like a lot, but we'll go ahead and we'll get this soaked up. We'll go ahead and let it run through. And I'll do both barrels and then I'll be back after they sit for another 5 minutes. So we're just going to go ahead and get these soaked back up again. And you can see with that first pass, I'm just going to use the same patch. I don't see why we got to use 3 different patches. We'll find out in the end though if I'm wrong, if it don't come out clean. We'll do that one. And then we'll go ahead, do 3 passes on this one. And then we're going to let it go ahead and soak for another 5 minutes. And you can see how dirty that one is. We'll be back. Now the instructions just say go ahead and put clean patches through until you are satisfied. Repeat as necessary. So we're going to go ahead and set that off over there. Go ahead and do the beretta barrel first here, since this one was the nastiest. And we're going to see it's still coming out pretty dirty. I'm just going to run this one through a couple of times. Usually what I do is I just take it out and then I just refold it to the other side. Try to get my use out of my patches here. Go ahead and run it through some more. Alright, actually that's cleaning up pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double it up this time. And we're going to run it through there, just so it hits the sides a little bit better. See what it looks like after that. And it's not looking too bad. Go ahead and put another new patch on here. Like I said, this is a good test because like I said, I don't clean my guns that often. Usually this is what I do, is I'll clean them in the fall. And then if I shoot any during the winter, if I get a chance, I do. If I don't, I don't. And then usually in the spring, I just throw a fresh coat of oil on them. And I let them rip all year long again until the next fall. Except for my carry gun. Anytime I shoot my carry gun, I clean that one right afterwards. But as you can see, it's getting pretty clean here with the beretta barrel. Let's go ahead and let's pan up here real quick into the light. Oh yeah, that is looking a lot better than what it did before. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and do the Glock barrel. Now we got the Glock barrel and I got a clean patch here that you can see. I'm just going to run that through here. That one got real black. Go ahead and run this through a few times. Go ahead and do like I said before. Try to get the most use out of my patches that I can. I'm not one of these white glove people that I got to touch it with a light glove and it's got to be clean. I just like running it through a few times. Then if it comes out halfway clean, I'm all good. I'm not that picky. As you can see, I clean my guns once a year, so I'm not really going to be that picky. If it's comes out with a little bit black on it, I'll probably just run this patch through and probably call it good. Yeah, see, now we're just getting a really light gray on there. So I think what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to grab both barrels here, and we're going to do what we did the last time. We're going to put them together. Then we're going to pan up here and take a look at them where you can see through them a little better. And if I can, I'm going to try to get both of them here. If I can, I'll try to do a side-by-side, but man, these barrels look pretty darn clean now compared to what they were. So I'm just going to get the outside of them cleaned up. As far as right now, I'd say this stuff works pretty good. It's a lot of steps and it takes a little bit extra time, but I think this stuff works awesome. So I'll leave I won't leave a link down below. I'll probably leave a link in the comments or something for you guys to go out and check out Super Nano. So far, I'm highly impressed with it cleaning these two barrels. Like I said, these things have gone all year without being cleaned, and they look pretty dang good now. So I'm pretty impressed with it. Well, that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next one.